Somewhere between now and ever, there was a witch. And the witch is called Cool. And the features are beautiful. The face is... the eyes. They went to a place called High Wennock, if I pronounce it correctly. They went to a cabin in the woods, I presume. But the only thing they found is a stool, garden pot, and a book. So, that book is a bit small. It's a bit small. So, let me just look at... it's growing. Whoa. I should not be an actor. So, hi, welcome back. I took a break and this is Apothecaria. Let me just not disrespect Anton's name here. So let's just put this little bitch in a corner. And let's talk about this. I've been dying to talk to you guys about this game. This is my first journaling game that put me into this hobby to begin with. Let's get started. The only thing you need is, if I'm correct, I haven't played it in a while because I've been playing other games. So my knowledge might be a bit rusty. But the only thing you need is a deck of cards. I don't think you even need dice. So I picked one just for fun. So let me explain what Apothecaria is. So this witch, you are a witch and you find this book. So basically this is both an immersive book that the previous witch has left you, while it's also the guide how to play this game to begin with. So that's fun. For a first time player it's a bit intimidating, to say the least. In general, I have no experience with D&D or any type of journaling game to begin with. So I was dependent on YouTube books and online viewings and such, but most of it is pretty clear once you try to play it yourself. So what's the basics of the game? You work in, I think, a cabin, at least in my canon. I forgot how it... Anyways, let's just assume it's a cabin. And the only thing you had is a garden pot and a book. This one. It's your job now to be helpful for the village that when people have their ailments. The first thing you do is figure out who this person is. So you can pull a card and pick whether it's a villager, adventurer, monster, or repeat patient. Or you can make something up. There are plenty of books that has, or just tables online. In general, you can make your own NPCs and patients if you want to. That's what I do. But then after you have your patient and the name or such, you have to figure out what their ailment is, and then you have to find the reagents. Yeah, you find the ingredients to make a potion to help that person. But you get also prompts, so it's a bit of an adventure that you are going when you're going to collect ingredients. Sometimes the illness is a bit of an emergency, so it has a timer, so there are stakes. It will explain to you what the consequences are depending on the ailment. That's pretty clear, right? So let's just get started. We have to draw a card, and then we have to figure out what the ailment is. So we are just a beginner right now. Let's just zoom a bit in. So yeah, we are a beginner, and so you have novice and advanced, and I skipped one, road, and intermediate. In that order. My bad. And the things you see is, you see the name, and in tags you see the type of the tags is a type of illness that they have, the symptoms that you need to cure. It has a star, and that is, the more stars it has, the more challenging it is to receive it. And then you have a timer. Sometimes, not always, and this case is the 6. and then if this that the case, there will be consequences put down here. In this case is you lose one reputation. So you, when you're doing well, you will receive a reputation point and money. And depending on the potion itself, because sometimes some potions you can have a bit of poison in it or something sweet. So you can also pick and choose which ingredients you really want to add in. When you have a bit of poison in, they won't die. You know, it's just a scratch. You know, it's not that deep. It's just that, but they will pay you less because it's annoying. Like, but in general, in real life, it's also annoying. Some medicine will make you feel more ill than it is useful, but it works. But your body doesn't feel that way. It's basically the same. But if it's sweet, you know, I will pay more. That sounds awesome to have, especially as a chronically ill person. I long for medicine to not be disgusting every day, you know. Yeah, you have sometimes a timer, sometimes you don't. And timer means in this case is how many steps you take to get everything. So if you don't have a timer, you can take how long you want to, but it's a bit disrespectful if you take way too long. Yeah. At this stage, you'll get a lot of patients who aren't in danger, but who need a witch's help to ease their discomfort. While there is no wash, it does look good on you if you cure them quickly. So yeah, let's just get an example. So I got a K diamond, and it's an Avenger. Let's call him Jason. Yeah, and they got a pollen pox, and the pollen pox, because it's a K, it has a rash with 1 star and a cough with 1 star. So we are going on a trip to, there are different places that you can travel to, and there's Glimmerwood Grove, there is Meltwater Lock, there is Moonbreaker Mountain, and Heroes Hollow. By the way, I love that each place has their own relevant stuff there, so it is a little bit of world building sort of. So what I had was a rash and a cough. And a rash and a cough, let's see. So I like Glimmerwood Grove for some reason. I tend to come here often. So I got a rash. Let's see. So you see the name and how many stars it has. So it has 1 star, so that's fine because both of mine has 1 star. If it has more, that's fine. You won't get. I don't think you get bonus. If you do, my bad. It's a plant. What type of ingredient reagent it is, and it's important because you have tools. So I forgot to tell you that you have tools, and as you get more money, you can get upgrades. First of all, I think you have a mortar and pestle, so you can crush reagents into powders. You have a cauldron, and you can boil them, and you have a lembic, and you can use it to distill reagents into purified vapors, and that's it, I think. Yeah. So these are the basics, and the higher quality, I think it's a bit more. You have to first have like a wand or a sickle or a broom or something to continue. So it's a bit of it gives you motivation to continue. So for example, it adds that thorns can be crushed then boiled for, and so both of these I have because I as I already said, I could crush and I could boil. So and with some it says it requires a wand to collect. So that's not possible for me at this point because I don't have the money to buy a wand at this point, and it costs 100 silver. I'm not sure how many cash you start with. Let's see. I think it starts you with. I'm not sure. So yeah, I don't think you have a certain money to start with, but it doesn't matter. Let's see. So I had. Now I'm a bit. Yeah, rash and a cough. you have the food fungus, and it has it's in the forest. It has a 10 behind, a mountain has a 10 behind, and a dungeon has 10 behind, and a +1 in winter. So you have seasons in this game, and that's fun. And so it has benefits depending on which season you're in. I think you start at spring first, so it doesn't have +1, but this has 2 stars, so it's a bit more challenging. So what makes it more challenging? So as I said, it has a 10, and all these places has a 10, and that means that if I were to pull a card and it is lower, in this case is higher, then now I could get it, I guess. We'll still need to do one extra step before I do this, but that's basically it. And it's, the higher it is, less chance you have to get a higher card. So let's not pick this one. Let's see. There are multiple places you can get some ingredients depending on if you're novice or something. Sometimes the more challenging it is, the less likely you have symptoms that are in different ingredients or regions. This one is also fresh, and it is Princess Toad, and it has a 10 for forest and a bog 5, so I can technically use this. Let's see, a rash and a cough. I didn't see a cough here. Senses, curse, magic, cough. Yeah. So then hair of a boar, and it's in a forest for 5 and all log for 8. So I can pick the bog for 5 and the forests for 5. Then you will go to the prompts of the place that you're going to. So I went to Glimmerwood Grove. I wanted to go to Glimmerwood Grove instead of other places, and there are prompts based on the cards that you pick. And if you go on a bit more advanced, so you have collected some stuff, you can go to the Blast Fire Bog. So the colors are similar to the place you go to, and it's unreachable until you get the item required. It's up here. So you have the Dreamwater Depths, and that's unreachable, but you can go to Meltwater Log because that's also here. You get the point. So once you have the prompt, so I need to pick a card to get the prompt. I got a J. So you find yourself in a beautiful courtyard of azure bricks, hanging moss, and a golden throne upon which sits an amused looking elf. They ask a gift in exchange for a story. Do you give him a gift? What do you give? What do they tell you? Every time you get this result, write about your relationship with the noble elf. So you can, if you have a recurrence, but if you level up, you get more. But if you still feel like, it's limited, you can make up something yourself. But the fun part about this creator is the fact that they have more games, and this is just a fraction of the amount of games that is connected to this one. So this is the main one, and so this is a different location, and you get more prompts, more things to do, more ailments, and this is literally just different stores, different things you can get. So it's pretty cool. But they have Anna Blackwell, the creator, has so much more, and also games that are not relevant to Apothecaria. So I will sure to explore them in the nearby future. So I can make up something as I go with this prompt. I'm not going to right now, but once you succeed or don't, because sometimes you might have a challenge. So if you fail, you might lose something. If you bet and it's lower than their card, then it's all explained. In this case, it's just writing down and describing in your journal if you want to, or just tell it out loud to yourself or something like that. It is a journaling game, but don't need to write down everything if you don't want to, and just want to play the game. It's fine as well. So let's assume that went well. So let's go to the ingredients. So now we have reached in Glenwood Cove, and I wanted to get a Princess Toad, and I went to the bog, so I can describe it. I can so do it. So this is at the point that I might make mistakes. My bad. This is how I play it. So my apologies. So either way, an adorable little creature, a princess toad is a pinkish color with red lips. If I had more space, I would talk at length about their funny little courtship dance. Mucus can be boiled for wart and rash, and droppings can be crushed for mold. So the bug is 5, so let's pick a card. It's a 5. What happens if you have the exact same card? I forgot. I forgot. So give me a moment. Okay, the same or higher. Okay, the same or higher. And if it's lower, then you might try again if you want to. And if it's a timer, that counts as one extra -1 on the timer. If I go to a different place to get a different ingredient, that's also a minus on the timer. So either way, I succeeded, so I can get the mucus to boil for the rash. So next up is the hair of a boar. Admittedly not that fun to collect, especially fresh, but if you earn that trust, you'll find it easy enough. It's fun because you can write down lore, or write down more what's happening, what kind of adventure are you having. You can tell extra about the world. I'm not sure, but you don't have to. Either way, let's see, I'm in the forest 5, but I'm not sure, by the way, if I need to pick one or need to have both of them higher, or I'm not sure what's the benefit of picking a higher number. So even though I explained it to you how I'm playing it, I'm still a little lost at some points, and that's okay, because I love learning new things, I love exploring, and also still enjoying myself even if I don't know everything, because I can paralyze my mind if I do this. I have a 4. Since I don't have a timer, I'm not losing any timer points, I guess. So let's try again. I have a 5 that's equal to forest. I get pretty low cards suddenly, but either way, I barely got it. So the princess toad needs to be boiled and the hair of a boar needs to be crushed. I have both items to make a potion. So now we return to the patient, and you create your potion based on the tools that you have in possession, and then you can give that potion to the patient and they can be cured. If you have a higher quality, it really doesn't matter, but if it's sweet, then you get extra money. If you have poison, it's deducted from you. And let's see, and that's basically it, but you can do more stuff. So it has seasons, and you can you also have a downtime. So that's what I really enjoy the downtimes. Sometimes I just want to continue curing people, but that's how the game works. But I can ignore it in some way, but I don't. I don't. So when it's downtime, you can go to the village, you can have a connection with someone or a patient that you have met before, or you can buy stuff, or you can just hang out. What you also can do is simply collect more regions instead of so that you have something at home. And the pot, remember the pot that they left you? So this little pot, if you have a region that's maybe a bit challenging to have, or something that is very common, you can put it in here and it will grow indefinitely, so you have it always at home, so you don't need to collect them every time. And you can buy more if you want to. And it's with collecting the regions, I might have made a mistake. Oh, I noticed that doing ailments without a timer, you can explore at your leisure, but taking more than 13 turns would cause you to lose one reputation. So I made a small mistake by saying you can take your time, but 13 times is pretty long. You know, it's chances are small that you will get it, but either way, you can collect stuff if you want to, you can buy stuff if you want to, you can, just hang out or explore or create extra lore. Sometimes I just have one character, one of the patients that I really enjoy, and then the next page I will just write down extra lore based on them, and then I can, if they are reoccurring, I can add another layer to that so that it's not really one-sided. What's the correct word? It's not really samey. So that's something that I do. I really enjoy that. Another thing that you can do is so because it's seasons, you can each season takes 13 weeks. So you have 1 week when you're treating people and 1 week that you're taking time off and such, and it takes 13 weeks before a season stops. And the season also has their own festivals, and they have extra prompts, and you can have fun with it. So you can, it's also you can also if you have a day off, a week off, you can use this as prompts to only this one to explore the village. So I didn't even see this one. So this was fun. I was so busy collecting regions and having a cabin filled with stuff so that I have less chances of losing time or failing, that I simply didn't see everything that the game has to offer. So that's cool. I think the Joker. Let me think. There's also another thing. Each time you draw Joker or finish the season without drawing Joker, you find a clue about what happened to the old witch. Alternatively, if you prefer a steadier stream of clues, you might find a clue after every fourth ailment, giving you 3 clues per season. So there's several ways that you can use this, but the witch that just left you with nothing and gave you this book. Now you can find out what's happening with them, and you can just draw a card and then find a way to figure out what's going on. And technically, that you can end the game this way, but it doesn't really end. In reality, you can just do this forever if you want to, and I really enjoy that. One thing that might be challenging is the prompts might become a bit stale if you do it for a long period of time. So as I said, you can get more. This game has a lot of different books to complement this, but you can also make your own. Get some tables, get some books that has extra challenging stuff if you want to, or don't. I think the game also encourages you to do whatever you want at a certain point. Do not cheat too much. You also get a familiar. By the way, forgot to say this. They can help you with stuff, and you can pick and choose which one. And it's so much fun. There's so much happening, and let's just zoom out. Let's just zoom out so that we can see the witch. Anthony Mia is back. So that's basically the game. So that's the game. And I hope this is a bit informative. It's a bit of a quick introduction, sort of the game. And as I said before, I am probably making a lot of mistakes. My apologies for that. I'm trying. So I recommend you to check out different creators who are playing this game. And there are several blogs of people who are writing down their journey. So people have digital journals instead of physical journals. Apothecaria also has, Blackwell Games, because they have several games. like delve. I wanted to try that someday. Or Apothecaria, I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but you are an animal who has Apothecaria. I'm not sure. I haven't played it, but people really enjoy it. So they have a Discord if you want to play, hang out, and the community is very nice and very calm and sweet. And they have several resources, or you can really see how creative they can be. So some people use tarot cards. I use tarot cards also to help me with more decision making and write extra lore to what I'm writing down. You can add so many other things and so many different tables, and it's very creative and fun. And some people have physical cards of the regions that they need to collect. So it's amazing and so cool and creative, and it's that this community that makes me excited to explore more games and more journaling games and replay this one. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed yourself. I hope the break wasn't too long. What I also want to say is that the uploads will be a bit slower. So I have a hobby that's called speedrunning and burnout, and I want to prevent that by just relaxing and do other stuff and not obsess about this channel, because I'm really obsessed about this channel for some reason, to make as much content as possible because I'm really enjoying this. But yeah, I still need to forget that being chronically ill is my main job. So either way, thank you for watching. In the last video, I forgot to make an outro, so my bad. And I refused to edit it and change it. It's kind of funny, just abruptly. Yeah, that's it. So, but I'm still glad that people enjoyed that video either way. Of the previous one, I think the Hobonichi one. Yeah. So, thank you again. So I need to edit this. So I am going. I'm leaving. So bye bye.